It's time. I'm back.
What is going on, guys? I am the SNES Geek and welcome to another episode. So, do you like Lego? Do you like big worlds? Well, presenting to you Lego Worlds. What? Oh, my fault. Yeah, presenting to you Minecraft for the Xbox 360. Now, for those of you who grew up in the late 2000s, I bet you at some point heard of Minecraft. You know, that big, expensive game where you can build everything and everything is possible? It started out as just a simple idea created by a Marcus Notch person or Marcus Persson, where he simply just created a prototype where he ran around in a 3D space just building structures. Now, obviously, that game came to be known as Cave Game, which was like the example of what would eventually become the very game of this review, Minecraft. And so, this very month, 15 years ago, the very first version, playable version of Minecraft was released, where it was basically not much to do. There wasn't really that many things. You could just build stuff. Now, obviously, despite not being like an instant success, there was a genuine potential to this, and that attempt became more and more apparent as more and more versions got released. The game was updated until it became the eventual success that it did back in 2010. So upon starting up this game, you'll be greeted with a menu. Now, obviously, I'm playing it on the Xbox 360 version, since this is a version which came out back in 2012. There was basically just a mobile and PC version. I think the mobile version was released in like 2011, I think, and then the PC version was released back in 2009. So yeah, ever since then, it has been had a release on basically every console out there, and even some DS versions with individual developers. So yeah, it is absolutely not a game to scoff at or just something to write off as a simple thing. It generally is a genuinely popular game. Now, of course, it did suffer some drop in popularity in like 2016 to 2018. Well, that's because some of the biggest Minecraft creators started to drop off. There wasn't really that much of a demand for Minecraft videos at that point. It never lost popularity, like nobody played it, but it was certainly not as popular as it was in the past. Now, it did receive a fair amount of boost in popularity back in 2019 when PewDiePie played it. It became a recurring series on the channel, and for about a year. However, a while later he simply stopped playing because there was not much more to do, and so the popularity continued to grow. Yeah, this is a game which has been keeping its steady popularity even 15 years later, and that's the other thing it's good at. Okay, so what you are seeing gameplay of right now is the tutorial mode. This is basically where you will learn all of the mechanics of what you need to actually play this game. You will know how to build blocks, crafting table, build shelters, windows, learn how potion brewing works, water, lava, all of those things, as well as a minecart, as well as a few basic mobs. It honestly covers everything you need to know about this game, and it's actually quite a pleasant thing. With that being said, however, is it really necessary for a game that is so popular and so well known to simply need a tutorial? Well, not really, but let's not forget, this was back towards the end of the revolution of gaming, back when a lot of games had their own basic tutorial and single play was optional, not like nowadays. So, what is the goal of Minecraft? What is the story? What is the reason you want to play this game? What? There's no story. How are you supposed to want to play a fucking game when there's no fucking story to speak of? What's the point? What are you supposed to do in this game if there is no story to follow? Well, a few things actually. Yeah, this is a game which actually does have a pretty strong identity. It's based around building stuff, and that's the goal of it. There is no clear goal. Well, there is a final goal, a boss. You pretty much really only start off by building stuff. you can create weapons, create crafting tables, you build houses, you defend yourself against enemies. It is generally a pretty great game to just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Which is a great thing within itself. You don't really need to at times to actually have a big, expensive adventure. You just want to spend a few minutes just playing a game every once in a while. And while there's a lot of games which have some pretty short content, allows you to play it over and over and over again, it takes a lot of action and a lot of inputs. When Minecraft, you can just do whatever. Now, of course, the core idea is for you to build as well as surviving. And you do that by basically going around, collecting blocks such as birch to build houses, stone to build castles, for instance. And you can also create weapons to defend yourself against enemies. Now the enemies are pretty standard. There is zombies, there are spiders, and there are skeletons. Now skeletons are the toughest mob to really get around because they shoot a bow and arrow. Now the only way for you to actually annihilate them completely is for you to actually attack them head on. There ain't no simple ways early on to actually kill them all. You actually have to craft special weapons for you to actually take them on. Now thankfully there are a lot of materials out there to create powerful weapons, so it's not like you're missing anything out. They can, however, much like plenty of other enemies, be burnt up when daytime comes and nighttime is over. Something which happens, I think, like 20 minutes in the game. So you basically have to survive the night for that long, and then you just go through the standard day mode and just enjoy life. There are zombies, of course, as well. Now they are really easy to beat. They deal you a decent chunk of health, but not to the point where you will die if you get hit by them. There's also creepers, which are really good at attacking you with a lot of force, but a really short range. If they see you, they will be running towards you, and they will explode, completely killing you if you actually are within that range. However, if you're able to actually run away from them, which you can with the W key, yeah, there's no reason for you to not survive. It's actually a pretty decent selection of enemies early on. Creepers and spiders creepers does survive in during daylight. They really only much appear in daylight, and then they stick around there for as long as possible until they're killed. The same with creepers. Now skeletons and zombies, they begin to burn if they're exposed to sunlight. Of course, they can stay in shadows and they will survive perfectly. So the question is, who exactly is Steve? Why is he the only guy around? Why is he the only person which has some sentient that can actually do all of this? Well, to be honest, there isn't much of an explanation behind this. He just is, you know. You just begin in this world with him around you, this entire world, and you just have to simply just accept that. You are the only character out there which is sentient. Now, there is a theory going about that there was many Steves in the Minecraft world before. What they all decided to just simply go on a hunt and attack animals with melee attacks. They went out during night hours, and they were attacked by zombies and enderman. And because he had studied up through the crafting table, well, that is what took them. Steve did study up, and that meant that he could actually survive well enough so that he's the only guy. That has not yet been confirmed, but that is just a theory that I have, as well as the zombies and all of these. Well, they're just there in the environment. Nothing wrong with that. They just simply are meant to fill the role of being mobs. And there's nothing wrong with that. You don't really need explanations as to why things happen. They just simply have to be, and that's fine enough for a game of this caliber. Now the question is this game really one for you that you really want to pick up and play? Well, if you really like to build with 3D Legos, then that is a perfectly fine thing for you to do. Then this is the game for you. If you were expecting a nice graphically advanced game, which is looks at the top of the line, yeah, there is a bunch of reason for you to pick up and play. But really, if you are a graphics nerd and you really want to prioritize graphics, then what's the point of even playing video games? Just watch modern video games, which has basically like overly long cutscenes instead of actually showing off gameplay. So yeah, Minecraft is a pretty great game overall for everyone who wants to simply just have a good time and enjoy themselves. With great enemies, a potential to actually build amazing structures, such as those that can be found in instruction manuals. There's no reason for, there's no reason for you to want to pick up and play. As of course, when I said instruction manuals, I of course meant building books, these unofficial Minecraft guides, which there are plenty of for you to see. You just have to find them. Just look everywhere on the internet. There are plenty of them to find. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Bye.